Welcome one, welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. We have our wonderful co-host,
Sir Omar.
And our just as wonderful, if not better, co-host,
Jordan.
Cup the mic when you said it.
Cup the mic to show how wonderful he is.
Jordan. Show the microphone some love, baby.
Oh, man. So, speaking of love, I wanted to tell you guys about, my first date. All right.
Oh, God.
Dude, this shit was a fucking nightmare. Okay. Let me tell you about what happened. Okay. So I was working at this place, which shall remain nameless for now, but it was basically like a little health food store / restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a front of house workers and back of house workers. So back of house workers, they handled making fresh things daily, right? They would bake like brownies, they'd make salads and stuff like that. Like all the fresh stuff people would come in to buy every day.
Mm-hmm.
And the front of house workers would more so work the retail aspect of the place, right? So most of the back of house workers, just as at any restaurant, were Mexican / Hispanic.
Oh, my God.
they didn't know English very well, which is understandable, you know what I mean?
It is. I mean, hey, I'll tell you what, dude. I used to work at a restaurant too, and they get paid pretty well, especially if they're higher ranks, like the chefs.
Yeah.
Like the main chefs and the secondhand chefs or whatever.
Oh,
the sous chef.
most definitely. The sous chef.
Sous chef.
Sous chef, please. Yeah. So I was front of house, and this girl who worked there was back of house.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I would go back there to do shit, she would just like look down, like be blushing and shit. So I had a feeling that maybe she liked me or something like that. I'm not being cocky, whatever. I'm ugly, I know. But
looking down at my balls.
she was just looking down like
Hey, eyes up
shit.
here.
I was like, hey, eyes up here, lady. Stop looking at my balls, okay? I don't like to be objectified, okay? So, I'm friends with some of the guys who work back there too, right? So one of the guys back there is like, hey, bro, like me and some friends are gonna go to there's a park in Houston called Herman Park. Me and some friends are gonna go to Herman Park and walk around and take some pictures and whatnot. Do you want to come hang out with? Come hang out with us. And I was like, yeah, sure. So he says, all right, this girl, let's call her Reba. Reba
McEntire.
Like Reba McEntire.
Oh, that's a singer?
Yeah, that's the country singer.
Who's Reba Wilson?
She had a TV show, I think.
You're thinking about Rebel Wilson.
I am thinking about
Rebel Wilson. That's the fat one.
I hate her. I hate that lady.
Hey, not fat, plus size.
Yeah, it's fucking New Zealand.
Man, I hate that lady.
You don't see very many fat Australians or New Zealand people.
That is true. I've never seen a fat Australian.
Usually they're
Pretty
like
healthy.
pretty hardcore outdoorswomen.
Every
Surfing.
Australian I've seen is like really fit and has beautiful eyes.
They're all Hemsworths.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let
they
me get
are
back to Reba, okay? So my buddy back there, he says, can you pick up Reba? She doesn't have a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, like there's nothing wrong with that. So I get in my car on the day that we're supposed to go. I think it's like a Saturday or some shit. Everybody's off. So I go and I drive to where she lives. She lives in the ghetto of ghettos. Like, her apartment complex is ghetto as shit, man. Hey, I'm not judging. I'm just saying. Like,
I would judge.
Like, it was ghetto to the point where I was worried that someone's going to rob. Like, they're going to carjack me. Like, people were, like, riding by on bikes and just mean mugging the fuck out of me. And I don't have, like, a nice-ass car or anything like that. It's just, like...
they just knew you weren't from around there.
Yeah, they could tell easily.
He's not our kind.
I was
You were in
wearing...
the Eclipse?
I was in my Mitsubishi Eclipse Spider 2007 GT.
Ooh.
And, drop top V6. I was wearing some fucking aviator sunglasses and I had a fucking polo on, right? A tight polo.
Wait, was
So
this
I
at
look-
night or was this at night or during the day?
This is like 5 p.m., 6 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So like I definitely did not look like fit in over there. And all these people are just driving fucking mean mugging me and I'm like texting her, I'm like, hey, where you at? She takes like fucking 20 minutes to come outside. And then she comes out and she gets in the car and she's like barely speaking fucking English. And I'm just like trying to have a conversation, just trying to make regular, nice conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm asking her like, oh, so do we know where he wanted us to meet him? Because he had said something like, I want you guys meet me somewhere around there so we can watch a movie first and then go to the park, right?
Okay.
And then, because I didn't have his phone number, but she did. And I was like, can you ask him? And she kept calling him, texting him, and he wasn't answering. And I was like, what the fuck? So like, I drove around with this chick, not knowing what to say because she doesn't speak English. I drove around with her for like 30 to 45 minutes, right?
What kind of no English? We're talking about like very broken English or like literally does
Or
not
she just
know
doesn't know what to say.
Broken down, like,
But
like,
you can still,
like barely.
have some sort of conversation.
Yeah, I'm about to say she could. Well, she probably can put together like a sentence.
Like, oh, that's nice. Like the most basic of conversation
Fuck is
levels,
he
right?
talking
Oh
about?
wow!
You're talking about
Oh
the newest
wow!
tech devices and shit.
Oh wow! Oh wow, Reba.
Wow, Reba. That's
I loved your show.
So finally the guy like calls her back and he's like, oh yeah, we're at Herman Park already, blah blah blah. And I was like, you fucking asshole, like I've been with this chick for like 50 minutes driving around, you piece of shit. It was in the middle of traffic. So like I finally get over there and I find a place to park and then we get off and then I'm like talking to the dude and he's like, hey bro, so like you like her, like how's it going? I was like, what? I was like, no, like I don't
it was
like
a
her.
setup.
Yeah, it was a setup and I didn't know that because I was young and naive back
That's some
then.
dickhead
So it was like
shit.
a setup date and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this shit's trash. Like I didn't even ask her, you know what I mean? Like how's someone gonna set me up on a date that I didn't ask for? You know what I mean? And I think it was just because she liked me or whatever, and I wasn't trying to be an asshole. So then we kind of hang out for like an hour, and then he has to go home. So I'm like, oh, okay, like I'll take her home too.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the way home, like I'm pretty hungry, and I'm like, hey, do you want to get something to eat? And she's like, okay. So then I take her to this place in Houston called Bubba's Burgers. If you're ever in the Houston area, Bubba's Burgers is delicious. They have these really good buffalo burgers. Fantastic. And it's one of my favorite burger places. They give you a nice thick burger. The burger's expensive though. It's like $12 to $14. Completely worth it though. They make it out of buffalo meat. Amazing.
Oh, you meant like a real buffalo? I thought you talking about like buffalo sauce.
No buffalo sauce.
I was like
on a
buffalo
burger?
chicken burger. I was like
Buffalo, that shit is so good.
you might have me
So
on that
tasty.
one.
Anyways, so we go to this buffalo burger place.
Mm-hmm.
We sit down outside. I get her a burger and I get myself a burger. I completely destroy my burger. I eat quick. I fucking just killed it in like 10 minutes. She gets the burger. She takes like 2 or 3 bites, and then I was like, did you like your burger? And she's like, yeah. I'm full. And I was like, what? And then like we get up to go, and she throws it away. She throws away.
Hey, that's
the
second
burger.
red flag. That's
She-
the second red flag.
Dude, she throws away the burger, which she took like 3 bites out of. Right?
You watched her do it. You
I
didn't
was
stop her?
mortified.
Wait, did you pay? You
No,
paid for it?
I paid too.
Oh my
You probably saw it too late.
I saw it too late. It was
already
she was she was already like handing it into the trash because I thought she was like taking it like wrapping it and taking it to go, but she like kind of wrapped it up and then like tossed it in the trash.
No, what are you doing? Stop her.
No.
Bitch, let me take that home. What the fuck are you doing?
Dive in there, get it out.
Ridiculous. So
That's selfish.
that's the second red flag. She throws away the fucking burger. Right? So I'm like, I'm kind of mad when I see that, and I get into the car and I'm like, I didn't really say anything to her. So then we're like driving back. It's like 30 minutes away. I'm trying to make some conversation, and I put on the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like vibing to the song. I'm like, do you know this band, like the Red Hot Chili Peppers? And she's like, I know. And I'm just like,
And no.
and then that's the third red flag for me.
Consuela?
That's the third red
I
flag
was
for me.
about to say she sound like a
Dude,
Consuela.
hey, she did sound like Consuela. If
Oh
you don't
my
know, if you don't know
God.
who the fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers are, I don't want any part of you.
Damn.
That's an easy one. How do you not know that? Like that's
I mean, to be fair, I didn't listen to that much of them,
Yeah,
but I
she's-
know who they
she's
are.
used to the country.
no. She wasn't new to the country.
Put on some Aventura, dude. Should have put on some. Bad Bunny wasn't around back then.
Say Bad Bunny wasn't around, so I don't know what to
Back
do.
then. But man, it was infuriating. That was a bad. I don't even know if I'd call that my first date, but I guess it was kind of my first date.
That wasn't a
Forced
date.
So you took her home after that, and you just cut your losses.
Pretty much, man. Nothing
Y'all never
happened.
did anything
I didn't
else
kiss
after
her.
that?
I didn't want to kiss her.
Did you find were you attracted to her at all, or was it just like you just?
I wasn't attracted to her. I mean, I thought she was a little cute, but like I honestly
You didn't
want to
like go on a date with her.
Not at all.
Oh, okay, then that's
I
all.
wouldn't like that either. If a friend of mine did that,
That's
and, like,
disingenuous.
I would be
fucking
fucking angry.
He probably did that on purpose too, where he wasn't answering you, or like purposely came late.
I don't know about y'all, but when I'm on a date, especially a first date, I have like a different mindset. Like I'm not normal Geo. Like I'm a different dude.
What do you
so
mean?
if I'm going on a first date with somebody and I want to like impress them, I'm gonna still be me, but I'm gonna just do some different shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
really
if you're
nice.
telling me I'm going on a date, I'm like, yo, I'm gonna prepare myself like, cause I'm trying to get some. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna
Trying
just
to
like,
get some.
you're not gonna tell me to. Hey, we're gonna meet up here and then go somewhere, and then you change the plans, and I'm just stranded with this fucking
Yeah,
girl.
what
I
kind of
don't
treasure
know.
hunt bullshit is
Like,
this, dude?
That's so stupid.
What kind of fucking what's that movie that Nicolas Cage is in? The fucking
National Treasure?
National Treasure
Got
shit
you
is
driving
this,
around
dude?
looking for clues,
Looking
Yeah.
around for a damn MacGuffin. What the fuck I look
The
like?
fuck, man.
That's stupid as shit.
It was ridiculous.
Wait, so was it? It's still like a group of y'all? Or was it just 3 of y'all?
It was so he had came with another girl that worked. with
Oh
double date
nah, bro,
style.
that's
that.
weird.
Yeah.
Oh.
He had made it sound like there was gonna be a group of us.
That's
Should
weird.
have learned Spanish, dude.
I know, dude.
Should.
Yeah, that was.
But
A,
you know,
Google
fuck
Translate.
that. I didn't want to be
That was a
involved with
setup.
them anyways. Yeah,
they
this
ran
was
a
setup.
they ran a social train on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
After that, I stopped fucking with them, bro.
Yeah. They fucked around. That would have been annoying to me too.
It's disingenuous.
Just
as
tell
fuck,
me,
man.
just tell me
Just
that she
straight
likes
up.
me, and then I'll be like, okay, I'll see if I want to go. But don't say it's gonna be a group of us and it's just fucking 4.
Yeah.
I was
Don't beat around the bush and do all this other stuff to force me in the car with this person and all this shit. Y'all probably would have had a much better time if you were actually at the park
Yeah, man. I was young
instead
and
of being in the
naive.
car like in traffic.
Wait, how
dealing
old
with
were you?
Looking at cars.
I was like 19, 18 actually. I think.
Oh, I would have been an asshole.
So that was your first like quote unquote official date.
Yeah.
I would have been the whole time like, where is everybody? Like, why is it just us? Just ask him,
What's
dude.
going on?
Like,
Are you gonna kill me?
You said a group. 4 is not a group.
Four is not
4
a
is
group.
just an arrangement.
It's a shitty ass double date.
Exactly.
Man, I can't remember the first date I ever went on. I want to say it was to a movie theater.
The first ever
Back when I
date,
was,
like
like,
in our
yeah.
lives.
Yeah.
That's a toughie.
Oof. I think the movies.
The movies too. The movies was the place, man.
But I didn't go on dates in high school. I didn't go on dates until like after I graduated, and that was for sure the movies. The first one I went on.
What movie?
Dope.
No,
Oh, I haven't seen that movie.
Yeah. That was actually one of the first times I smoked, and then we went to go see that movie.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
I used to hit up Memorial Mall all the time.
On
As
a date?
Yeah, as a date, like in high school.
Mad.
That's a mall in the bougie part of Houston. For those who don't know,
Bro,
It's
I'm
fun
right
to
now.
walk around, man. Just
Right
look at
now,
stuff.
I'm at the age where I want to take a girl on a date to IKEA.
dude,
I wanna do
IKEA
that
is
really
a good
bad.
date, man.
that is
It
a
also lets you
blast.
know like the girl's design taste and what she, like
Yeah.
what she likes, and if you can see if she likes a bunch of like bullshit.
What if she likes to trash showrooms? Like,
Yeah.
bitch,
Yeah.
step your game up.
I'm leaving
All this shit
here.
here under $50. What you doing?
That shit
I like the
ugly.
cheek stuff.
I want to go to the as is section. The fuck you
Hey,
doing?
anybody who goes to IKEA is gonna love those references. Shout out.
Shout out to all the IKEA people, all my
the
Swedish
IKEA,
people out there.
So you guys know what I was thinking about the other day. So as we mentioned before, we all kind of used to sit at like the same lunch table because we all had the same lunch period together. We had this guy who sat at our table. Name rhymes with Fanny, and he was a shorter dude, and he's a little bit older than us. He had, I guess, like failed some grades. He came from Florida, and the reason I was thinking about this guy is because this guy was a male stripper. And now, you guys might think I'm lying or whatever, but this guy had legitimate stories about his male stripper life. I don't know. Do you guys remember this guy?
I do not remember this guy at all.
Yeah, I think because I didn't sit with you guys at lunch. I didn't have the same lunch period, but I do know the guy just from stories.
Yeah, he was pretty like swole, like in pretty good shape, and he like looked older than everybody. I think he was like a year or two older because he had failed or some shit. And he came from Florida, and he was going to school with us, and he was like telling us about his stories as a male stripper and like how old ladies would want to suck his dick, and
Yeah,
he
bro,
didn't
it's-
want to do it, but he
It's
would
actually
do it
scary,
to
bro.
make
Like,
money.
women will like try to pull your dick off. That's what I've heard.
Push your dick. Yeah, I've also
I've
heard
seen
that's
that-
a lot of older women that you're not necessarily attracted to. Like,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not- it's not really the crowd
That's-
that you would expect.
That's exactly what
They
he
think
told
you're a
me.
prostitute, damn near.
Yeah,
To be honest, it goes both ways for like girls and guys.
Yeah.
But like, if you're a guy, bro, and you have like an actual like dick, and they're just like,
yeah.
Give
There's
me
something
that-
to grab.
give
there.
me that shit.
Plus,
And they-
women, I'm sure they have a
me
lot
that
more
shit.
like security and stuff because people are
Yeah.
younger and those guys
Oh,
probably
well,
get
and
even
the guy, there's
crazier.
no security. You're on your own.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
say
you're on
this.
your own. Yeah, you
know,
handle it,
you
dude.
know how hard it is to like get hard in a room full of women that you don't like.
Yeah, just a bunch
God.
of old women.
Like they have to
imagine.
like put like a rubber band around their dick to like stay hard.
You mean a cock ring or something?
Yeah,
that?
like something like that. And you just wave your dick around in a room full of 80-year-old women,
Hey, for
80-year-old
100
women.
a night though, I'd do it. Would y'all be male strippers?
Yeah, I
I
do it.
don't know, man.
I do it.
It,
I'd
it really
fucking do it.
depends.
I'd do
It
it.
really depends.
I'm talking shit, but I do it.
I'd do that shit. Yeah, just like twice a week.
The way he
Make
made
my
it
money.
sound, it doesn't sound glorious, bro.
I mean, it's not glorious at all.
Shitty, man.
But goddamn, is the pay good?
And he had to really watch what he eats too. Like I remember, like he was always taking like all these kind of supplements.
He was doing it in high school?
Yeah, he was doing it in high school.
Ew.
Yeah,
You're getting too fat, Fanny.
I told
Oh, you said he was
than us.
older. You
Yeah,
said he was
He was like
older.
a year too older than us.
Okay.
And I remember he was taking like all these supplements, and then one day like we were at the urinal together, and he's like at the one like next to me, and then he took a piss, and I guess he didn't flush, and then he walked away, and then as I was walking out, I saw the urinal. The piss was like fucking radioactive, like it was green, bro.
Oh, my shit be
It
green.
was like radioactive
Lemon
green.
Gatorade.
And I was like, what the fuck is this guy taking, bro? And I asked him, and he was like, dude, it's all these crazy Mexican supplements I've been taking.
For what?
To,
For,
like, stay in
weight loss
shape?
or what?
To like just no to stay like big, like to get like fucking ripped. I'm pretty sure it was like some like kind of like steroid.
yeah.
That's-
You know,
sucks.
there's like what's it called? Forms of steroid you can take orally.
yeah.
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 I thought
they're,
you were gonna say to
legal
make your
ones
dick bigger. I was like, where? where do I sign up?
Do
Is there a waiting list?
All right. So
Man, I don't know.
so if you guys were, let's say if you were, let's take it a step further. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's raise the stakes. If you were a male escort, aka a gigolo, how much would you charge for a night of your gigolo company?
Just a flat rate.
Yeah. What
Like
would
a
your
whole night? Like, am I like?
a flat rate. Well, let's say. How do hookers do it? Okay, let's just say for like they do it by like hours, right?
how do
Like
hookers
an
do
hour.
it?
I think they do it by
know.
hours, or like 60 minutes.
Yeah, they
something
do.
like that.
Yeah, they do by hours.
Let's say like, how much would you charge for a 60-minute session and a 90-minute session?
60 minutes.
bitch, 60 minutes. You're not getting one round for me in 60 minutes. That whole gonna have to be broken up.
I'm highballing first, and then I'm dropping the more attracted or the more I want to do this. The less the person is willing to pay the high amount.
So you'd adjust your rate?
I'd adjust my rate.
You
But I'm
would
going
have
to keep it
flat
high
rate?
for the people that I don't want
I really
to
don't think it's a bunch of attractive girls signing up for me as an escort.
Yeah.
Like if an attractive girl is like, yo, I'm gonna go on Spice Lane and find me a man to fuck.
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
she's not that
She's
desirable.
driving down Bissonnette, just
Yeah.
looking at the men walking
These
by. in their
grimy
heels.
streets. You pick me up outside of a Burger King, you're not that attractive.
Bro. Man,
Yeah, I would charge, I'd say, a hot, like, for 60 minutes of
45.
me fucking you, no matter what you look like, I'm going to charge a hot, like,
Yo, that
$6K.
$6K?
6K.
You're expensive,
I'm
bro.
about to say you expensive as
I
hell.
don't know if they're gonna go to-
Imagine
I don't know
a
if they're gonna go to
70-year-old
you.
woman comes up to you.
Did you just hear the number I said?
What'd you say?
45.
$45?
Yes. I'd be a good ass escort.
$1 a minute.
That means I'd be consistent. They'd be like, hey, yo, that dude over there, 45. He got you.
You go
Selling
watch a
himself
movie at the
short.
museum at the IMAX. It's like $45. That can't be, Gio.
Look, if she wants penis and I'm delivering penis,
Nah, you say that until she's 70 and you know,
I'll get through it.
smells like
Oh shit, yeah,
I don't
you're
know.
right. I'll get through it.
smells like a
Bro, there's some
is there
hours I hate at
biology.
work
Is there a situation where you can see yourself not getting hard?
biology instead of bio.
where I can't get hard.
Yeah, is there a situation you see yourself not being able to get hard with?
If I'm doing a lot in one day,
Yeah.
but I'll just probably get drunk and then be like, oh fuck it.
Dick's like, fuck it.
Yeah,
Let's do
So
some
what'd
more.
you do?
That's
So I
all
just
I'm
learned
not
this
attracted.
recently from a wonderful podcast called DVD ASA. There's something called out calls as a hooker and in calls. So in call is when you like say you live at your house and you have the person who's going to fuck you come over.
Oh, that's scary.
And
That
out
is
call
scary.
is when you go over and you meet them at like a motel or some shit or at their house or whatever.
They're both sketchy.
They are both sketchy.
Yeah,
you can
they're
get set
very
up in
sketchy.
both.
But what would you guys prefer? if
I do
you were
motel,
with
so it's not at my house for sure.
Yeah, I
For
do
sure,
that.
for
Motel?
sure.
I was watching this show called Easy, and one episode like there's a girl, she's like a prostitute, but to like schedule a session with her, you had to have references. So the girls would be like, oh, he's a cool guy, like yada yada yada, and then they'll just fuck him.
That's a
And
smart
also
way to
like
go
that.
about it.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah,
That makes
just, like,
sense.
on a
And they don't have a
recommendation
they don't
basis.
have a pimp. They just go. They just have like an app or something.
Now, let me ask
and they
you.
just do it on there.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone has the knowledge to answer this question. Are pimps real?
Yeah.
You're telling me the girls
Yes.
that are on Bissonnette,
Yes.
they really got a
yes, bro.
Pimps-
For
pimps
what
are-
reason?
They're like,
Bro?
they're like managers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, it's
And-
not-
Imagine if someone doesn't pay you. You need someone to go
Bro,
and enforce
it's-
the law. What's
I'm
a
gonna tell
hotel?
you-
I would assume that you just have a little gun, like
No,
give me
bro.
the goddamn money.
It's not
bro.
even that hard. To be honest, there are a bunch of niggas that we probably know that are flipping girls like that.
Maybe.
I just found that out like a month or two ago.
Really?
That are just regular ass dudes that are like getting girls to like fuck dudes.
Man.
And it's
Flipping
like
girls.
dudes that were probably just
Like
like,
burgers?
Flipping
yeah,
girls.
like burgers.
like burgers.
like patties and shit.
But that shit is real, bro. And I
thought-
know a group, and I'm not gonna say your names, but y'all niggas is nasty.
You
But
know, you know.
I
wow.
know some people.
I flip girls. You know. I
Huh?
flip girls. Yeah, the market seems.
If
like
the
a
girl is
solid
cool,
market.
I'd do it. If she's like, hey, flip me, I'm like,
All right, I'll flip you. Just put it on the other
I'd
side,
fucking
let it
put you
sit.
on the skillet, bitch.
Oh man, that's.
But that shit
crazy.
is
I can't
real,
believe that's
like-
real.
Yeah, there are girls that are. I mean, they don't. I don't know how to describe it.
I guess,
But
it
they
does
know they're
make
doing
sense,
it.
Yeah, it's definitely not like a movie pimp where they're walking around like.
No, it's not like
a
that.
mo- a
Like
movie
Cat Williams
pimp?
Yeah, it's not
slapping
like
and,
that.
Wearing,
Iceberg
wearing a
Slim.
purple suit.
Yeah, it's not
perms
like
and
that.
shit.
But it's more like it's more casual. It's like, hey yo, I know a girl that'll like do the thing, and they'll be like, all right, cool.
Do the thing.
Do the
Just give me
thing.
a certain amount of money, and I'll call her through.
Yeah.
Huh, that's crazy.
It's
See, if I went to
insane.
a pay to do thing, I would go to like a massage parlor, one of those
See,
late
I wanna
night
do that.
down Bel Air massage parlors.
But I don't want to do that because I always feel like the girl is just like she's like jerk you off. She just looks at you nasty.
She doesn't want to be there.
She doesn't at all.
She doesn't want to
Yeah.
be there. That's a
Or she
huge
just look at the
trafficking
wall. I'm like,
situation.
bitch, look at me.
Yeah, I had a friend who was actually trying to get a massage with his girlfriend, like an actual just real massage. It was in the evening, but it wasn't super late at night. And they said, up until like the 6th or 7th place they went to, they were all rub and tug spots.
That's
Seriously.
wild.
Like
wonder
they
how
could
it's
not find a
presented.
place that didn't do that.
I wonder
Wait, did they
how-
have to go in like the back room, or was this like in the front?
Yeah.
I
you
can't
just
remember
walk
exactly
around?
what they told me, but basically,
I need you to
either
remember.
it was proposed to them, or it was like heavily implied that like, this
they-
is
they
what
do-
we do.
Oh, okay.
Or like you just walk right in and you're like, oh, this place is pitch black, and the only room is a candlelit room in the very back of the.
I'm about to turn on the fan, bro. I'm in this bitch burning.
I think they
Turn
have
it on,
sex
hot
back
boy.
there. But I've heard shit like that. Like I had a friend that did go get just a little handy, and he said it was $100.
Kind of expensive.
And I guess they try to make you nut as fast as possible.
I mean, yeah,
Dude,
ideally.
you know what he did? I think he told you
Go
about this
for
too. He came before he got there. So,
Makes it
he said
like
it took her
2 times
forever.
more difficult. That's hilarious.
That's an asshole.
You're getting your money's worth, I guess.
But you are getting your mon's worth.
Yeah.
You're just getting your dick beat for like 15 minutes.
Are you even having fun?
She's looking at you like, bro, hurry the fuck up.
She's probably just mad.
Yeah. She's probably just never
She's probably thinking about what she's gonna have for dinner.
Her wrist is locking up and shit.
Get him out of here. Fucking, they throw him
I
out.
did promise my kids egg rolls for dinner, so hopefully I can get this over with and then go home.
Oh, man.
Man. So speaking of homes and creating homes and whatnot,
Oh.
I started
Homes.
So I got The Sims recently. I got the
Oh
Sims.
my God.
'Cause I grew up playing like The Sims 1, Sims 2, and then I played Sims 3 whenever that came out for a bit, and I haven't played any of the games for a long time. And recently, The Sims 4 was available, and it was only like $4 or $5. So I was like, all right, let me get it. So I got the
Fun are those
game,
games.
and I was describing to like some friends and like my girlfriend how I play the game, and I don't think I play this game like anybody else. Let me explain what I do when I play The Sims. So, for people who don't know, if you don't know what the fucking Sims is, you're crazy.
Bro, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, get off
But
this shit.
It's basically a game that's just simulating everyday life, and you can do things like get married, have a career,
can
fucking fuck, have babies, eat, cook
Kill
yourself,
people.
kill people, shit like that.
Shit like that.
So usually what I do when I play The Sims is I create a young Lothario character, and a young, handsome, charismatic gentleman, and his traits are always like charisma, comedy, evil, genius, and you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Right?
Evil.
So what I do is I start off and I'm
You
like,
making Stewie?
everybody in The Sims is like dirt poor when they start off. You get like $20,000, which is not shit.
Okay.
So the first thing I do is I go to the most valuable home in town, and I find the family that lives there, and I go to the wife. Okay,
Doing it right, dude.
and I sweet talk the wife, and I get to be like friends, quote unquote, right? And then I get like super friendly with her, and I keep getting friendly, and then eventually it'll let you get to the point where you can flirt, and then I flirt with her, and then like you can do like a little playful poke or a hug, and then you can do a kiss. And then you can ask her to move in.
Oh my God, it's like
So you can-
Parasite.
right?
You can fuck him. You're doing
Yeah.
it right, dude. Great minds think alike, because that's exactly what I
So
do.
like I go in there and I fuck her. One time I fucked I fucked this one chick in The Sims in front of her husband, and then after we get out of bed, the husband's just looking at us, and he goes up to her and he starts slapping her.
No.
on my life, no lie at all.
They
Like,
have an animation for
yeah,
him slapping her?
he starts slapping her silly, right?
They put it in the game.
So what I did was I moved in and I kicked the husband and the daughter out, so it's just me and his wife.
As you should.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Get him out of there.
And then
Distractions.
I kicked them out and I put them on like an empty lot, so they don't get anything, right?
Oh my
So then what I did
God,
was I
bro.
brought more women in. I went out and did the same thing to other women. And what I did was whenever I would go to their house, right, I would get to know them and then get in good with them. And then I would like quote unquote move into their house, right? But then there's this thing where you can do called bulldozing a lot. So I would bulldoze the entire lot, which gives you all the value of the property. It gives it to you in cash. And then it leaves the people who live there with no property. So I would just destroy the property and then just go back to like my own house and just leave those people there and just take all the money.
I can't
So-
believe they let you do that.
Is it kind of psychopathic?
That is
Bulldoze
hilarious.
property.
You know what's
Those
funny
is
is the game
families
developers like, hey, yo, we could put this in the game, and they could just take everybody's wives.
So, wait, but what about if they cheat on him? Well, he
Well-
slaps her, of course.
There's no
why.
other reasonable explanation.
Bro, I used to do the same thing. I would go to the richest ladies. I would start to flirt with them. I'd get it in with them. Same thing. I'd
my
start
God.
kissing them, start banging them. And then what I would do, I would either do this with single, old, rich women or married ones. Then I'd take all the people out to the back, right?
Yeah.
And I'd build a little small house around them.
And then they
fu-
can't get out.
And they can't get out and they starve.
Yeah, they
I
starve to
swear to
death.
God, they
I-
starve and they die in there, and then I keep the house.
I did that one time to a pregnant lady. So one
my
that
God, yo.
one that I was banging that was pregnant, right? I put her in there because I was curious to see. Just I was young when I did that too. I must have been like 14.
Fucking
I was
devious.
I was curious to see what would happen.
Oh my God.
So like
bro.
she starts to starve, she starts to piss herself, and I took her clothes too. So she was naked and dirty like an animal out there and pregnant, right?
Hose her down once a
Right.
day.
So what
fucking
happens?
barefoot.
I thought she would just die and there'd be no baby, and the baby would be dead too, right? But no, apparently, she has the baby in there on the ground, and then she's like holding it and breastfeeding it and shit or whatever, right? And then like social services comes and they walk up to the little wall and the baby like disappears, right?
Jesus
and then
Christ,
and then the mom dies like right after that,
Oh my God.
alone with no baby.
What a
Alone with
sad
no
way to
fucking
go
baby.
out.
Yeah.
CPS comes knocking on the door. There's no door. They just fucking leave. Oh well, we tried. We did our best.
Yo.
At one point, I was living in the mansion in the game, the biggest mansion that they have in The Sims. after I had infiltrated the family, right?
Sucking and
And
fucking.
what I did was I hired a nanny, or not a maid, right? A maid to come in, like a scheduled maid service, and I started sweet talking the maid.
Damn.
So then the maid was easy too. I fucked her after only like talking to her for like a minute or something.
That's like an hour.
She was real easy. So I started sweet talking the maid, right? So I fuck her, and then she like I get her to move in, and I get her pregnant, right? So eventually, what I do is I send her out to go for a swim, and then I build a fence around the swimming pool so she can't leave, and then I have her keep swimming and swimming and swimming, and then she drowned.
She just drowned eventually.
Yeah, and then anytime a character dies in The Sims, the Grim Reaper comes and like takes their body or whatever, or takes their soul.
That's right.
So what I did, the Grim Reaper's like a character too. Like it comes down and like. So I sent my guy over and to like talk to the Grim Reaper, and like I started talking to him, and because I'm like charismatic,
Fucked him too.
no, you can't do that. That'd be hilarious though.
Fuck the Grim Reaper.
No, we became friends though. Like
that is
like
sick.
if you go
That's
to like,
fucking
like if you
cool.
go to the list of people you know in the game, if I go to his name, it'll just say like friend, close friend, or something like that.
Yo, that
and
is
then, like,
hilarious.
It'll say
Change numbers
it'll
and
say their occupation too when you click on their name, and for him it just says like Reaper of Souls.
Oh my fucking god, that's actually really cool. I didn't know you could do that.
Ask if you want to hang out.
Man,
Text
it's been a
him.
fucking while since I played. I remember the Grim Reaper would come down when people would die, but I forgot that you could do all that. Sims is a sick game.
I'm gonna say
man.
I've been playing
It
since
is,
like
man.
the second ones, and I don't think you could fuck in the second one.
Holy shit.
Are you
can-
sure?
I don't know.
I think it's what they call it woohooing.
Yeah,
So
they-
in The
they do
Sims
get
it's
the
called
bad.
Woo-hooing.
to woohoo, and then whenever you want to have a baby, it's called try for baby.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think I was getting that far.
And you can have twins and shit
Woohooing.
too. Oh, so let me tell you guys what I did. So I got to the point where I had three women living with me, and they were all pregnant at different times. So I got to the point where I had like 6 or 7 kids in the same house.
Oh my god.
All a bunch of babies and like some toddler age. Bro, these kids were like, there's like levels of in The Sims. There's levels of like the condition of your Sims, right? There's like hygiene, there's fun, there's hunger, and there's like 1 or 2 more, right? Basic human needs that every character has, right? So the kids were like low on everything. Like they were just living in their poopy diapers. They were fucking socially isolated.
They were fighting
happy at
death.
all.
They were fucking hungry as fuck. And then the game tells you like if you don't feed your kids soon, the fucking Child Protective Service is gonna come take them, bro. In one swoop, they took fucking 6 of my kids. And I had
Fucking let him. I'll open the door and let him in.
I had one left because I was trying to be a good dad, but dude, the characters like it's hard to raise kids, bro.
No, they're very demanding. In the
It
game.
is. They're way
pets
too demanding.
Like the pets, they would set themselves on fire. They would like starve. In a matter of like 30 minutes, bro, they'd be starving and they'd be getting into all kinds of dumb shit, getting out of the house and stuff.
Yo,
So
man.
at this point, guys, I have 1 kid left. So I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna fuck this up. I'm gonna do this right. And what I do is I send 2 of the women out to the backyard. And I send the kid back there too, and I build basically a huge room around them. And I put in like a bunch of like showers. I put toilets. I put a kid
Fucking
bed.
food.
I put like a kitchen. I put a kid bed. I put like a bunch of toys for the kids. I put a badass TV, a stereo system, like everything they need to live. And I just trapped them in this little like place in the backyard, and just so they could take care of the kid. And they were still neglecting the kid,
Damn, they're happy, bro.
and the kid still got taken away.
Damn, yeah, those moms were not happy. They probably weren't feeding
Yo,
them.
man.
They were bad moms.
They were gonna eat that kid.
They were going to
probably
eat that
starving
kid.
themselves.
We're gonna eat the kid.
Yeah, you
But
were
no, I
playing
gave
that
them a
game right.
fridge full of food. I bought them the most bougie shit too. I bought them the most expensive shower, most expensive fucking refrigerator, microwave,
So why did
oven.
they do it? They were just unhappy, or
I think they were just. I think some of the characters in the game, just like in real life, are not
Yeah.
meant to be like mothering,
Yeah.
or like caring.
Just a
So they
bad
weren't looking after the kid.
damn,
Like they weren't feeding it and like giving it food and shit.
Is there an online version of this game?
I don't think there is. But I think
Ooh,
there's
they're
a
smart.
mod. I think there's a mod to make it
Online?
Some of the newer ones might be online.
I'm about to say that shit.
some of
If
the
it went
new-
online, bro, that would be madness.
Oh my goodness, bro! Imagine the evil, crazy
Evil,
things people,
bro.
People come steal your house in an hour. You get back on like, oh,
Everybody's just boarding you in your own house.
It's like Clash of Clans.
boarding you in your own
It's
house.
like, look at this fucker die.
Look at this fucker, man! You're playing it the right way. It's
See, I
funny
don't-
how you can even do those kind of things in that game. But
I
you
didn't.
can.
I never had like a Sims experience. What I had was IMVU. I played IMVU.
What's that?
What is that?
It was like a you would create like a digital version of yourself. Like it was like Sims almost, but you would go in chat rooms and it'll be like on the internet. It was all online. So you would go in like chat rooms and like meet people and shit like that. So I would always try to like meet a girl and be like, ooh, like you want to go to a private chat room?
Yeah, we could
And
just
bro,
chat.
I would go in the private chat room and it would be madness. They had like humping. Like, they didn't take their clothes off, but they would just be like humping on top of each other.
Oh, you could do that.
Yeah.
You could get them to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was like an adult kind of game.
It's, I don't know, because I was like 14. Maybe I was like 13 on that shit, and I would go with a girl in a private chat room and just be like, "Yo, like, can we like get to the business?" And then we'll get to it, and then I was just like, "All right, I'm gonna log off." I go beat my fucking meat in the bathroom.
Damn,
I was so excited. I was like, "Oh my god!" And I was like, "I did that shit with an actual girl."
I was a 35-year-old man.
To be honest,
I was chatting
it
with.
could have been a whole old ass dude, like ooh, like Herbert.
Same thing.
That's disgusting,
He was
man.
the Richmond did the same thing.
That shit is hilarious.
Speaking of disgusting, so I was at my parents' house recently, and I wanted to make myself a sandwich. So I go into their fridge, and they have this stuff. It's kind of like mayo, but it has like flavoring and shit. So it's not exactly mayo. There's like a bunch of other like seasonings in it. It's called sandwich spread or something like that.
Okay.
This thing expired in like 2019,
Oh god.
and that's like a year or two ago, something like that. We're not gonna tell you guys when that was, but that was like
It was
year
a
or
while
two.
ago.
It was a while ago.
2022 right now.
Yeah, we're in 2034
I'm
right
about
now.
to say yeah.
We live in the future, not in the present. Anyways, so this is expired, right? And then I'm spreading on the sandwich and I eat it. It wasn't disgusting. I'm lying. It was actually good. but the point of what I'm saying is like there's these expiration dates on things, right? And I'm sure you guys are familiar with this. Expiration dates are complete bullshit.
Oh
Yeah.
Now we're
Especially
not
for things that
legal
are
authorities or
No,
scientists.
they're
or
just
whatever.
sell by dates.
Yeah, they're just sell by dates, and the only reason they do it is so they can sell more within the specific time period. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
like things like chips. Do you think chips ever fucking expire?
No, because
no fucking way.
Yeah, or like
You know
water
what I mean?
or something like that.
Well, free.
If you look at the expiration date on water, bro, you need to go to jail.
Dude,
like you a dumbass.
like fucking Fritos. Are Fritos ever gonna go bad?
Nah.
You know what I
Nah,
mean?
fuck
Like the only thing you should really watch out for is like milk and
Bread.
then like
Fish,
bread,
maybe.
vegetables, and meat. Everything
Yeah.
else, bro. Those expiration dates are complete bullshit.
Dude, yeah. If it's in the refrigerator, it's airtight in a jar or something like that.
Yeah.
It's fucking good to go, man.
I'm trying to think of like
Exactly.
And then I also always thought it was because of like a liability thing. Like maybe there was one situation where at this point someone got sick from it due to like it being bad or something.
it could
I,
be.
I read up on that. It's like barely any ever.
But you know what? You're probably fucking right. I never thought about it in that fucked up way. They're probably just doing that so you buy more.
Exactly.
You just think,
That's-
oh,
that's
like
exactly
milk
what it is.
especially, bro.
Oh, dude, milk is a big one. I think milk lasts a bit longer than we think. I've heard raw milk too actually lasts longer than like the shit in the fridge. But
Than pasteurized milk?
Yeah.
Damn.
The unpasteurized. But I don't know. I'm not a farmer. I don't know.
Ditch milk, yo.
Wait, so raw
Milk.
bitch milk?
No, I said
milk.
ditch milk. Ditch milk.
Bitch
Oh, I
milk.
thought you said bitch milk. I was like, what?
Milk, you a bitch.
Wait, so raw milk? They say raw milk, raw milk lasts longer than pasteurized milk, or they saying that?
I'm not sure. I'm not a farmer.
If they're
but I've
saying
heard
raw
this.
milk lasts longer than pasteurized milk, bro, I'm done with America. I'm moving the fuck out of here.
I would assume
because
so,
they fucking
it's got
lied
the-
to
Do you
me.
even drink milk?
I don't drink milk anymore.
Yeah.
But for they that was like a whole history lesson.
Dude, I used to know a guy.
I
who
learned
would
that in
drink a-
social studies.
I used to know a guy who would drink a gallon of milk every day.
He's a sicko,
Bro, that guy's gonna die.
Disgusting, isn't this fucking nasty?
and his
bro?
bones weak
do
as shit.
that.
His bones still weak as shit. They lied.
Could you imagine what he's shitting, man?
Oh
that's
my
just
God.
Oh my
You
god.
imagine what his stomach feels like on a daily basis?
A
terrible.
gallon of milk?
You're
That's
not
a
supposed to
lot.
drink milk.
You know, there's a challenge online. You know how like there's these challenges on like the cinnamon challenge
Mm-hmm.
and like the ghost pepper challenge, whatever. One of the challenge online is to finish a gallon of milk in one go. Like
Ew.
just chug a gallon of milk, bro. Nobody can do that shit.
Dude, I'm
Like,
pretty
I could
damn
do it.
Sure
I'm
during,
sure there's
like,
some people, but like most videos, like most people cannot do it.
I'm pretty sure during like hazing situations, people have died drinking that much milk.
Why?
In a short amount of
Disgusting,
time.
man.
Wait, they can't finish the like the gallon?
Yeah, they start puking.
Man, I could do that.
A gallon of milk.
Nah, bro.
Bro, when I was drinking milk heavy, I was drinking a lot of milk.
All right, tune in on the next
Free
podcast. We're
cookies,
gonna
I
have a
might be able
gallon.
to.
I'm gonna drink
I
a
might
whole
be able
fucking gallon on camera. I swear. I could do that.
Vomiting in this
Not
room.
Like
Not-
chug a whole gallon?
Yeah, not over the course of an hour. I'm talking about getting the fucking gallon.
I think
of
I could
milk,
chug a gallon.
capping that bitch open.
If you tell me less than 10 minutes, you can chug down a whole
Ooh,
gallon.
less
of
than
milk.
10 minutes.
Okay, less than
No,
15.
I think I could do it.
there's no, you can't wait.
You
just
can't
have to
stop. You
chug.
gotta chug it off.
Yeah,
I think I can do
You
it.
can stop to just breathe, and then you got to keep.
But I
chugging.
know the sensation they get because there was times where I would drink a lot of milk and I would just like in the back of my throat I would taste like this weird ass like flavor and it was because it was dairy and I was just like, ugh, I don't like
It
this.
leaves like
tastes
a
like
coating in your
tastes
throat.
like fart,
Yeah.
bro.
Have you guys heard of Badland chugs? Have we talked about that?
I don't think we haven't talked about Badland chugs. Oh, go ahead.
Badland chugs is a YouTube channel.
Oh, is this
and
the big black guy?
big black guy? Big old black guy looks like a bowling ball in the
A
face.
sweet,
like,
a sweet,
God bless
very
him,
sweet
man.
guy. Yeah,
A
God
sweet
bless
man.
him. God, knock on wood.
God bless his heart.
I'm truly.
Yeah.
I hope that guy.
God
makes
bless
it to
his
70.
his hard working art, bro.
Oh my goodness,
that bitch
bro.
working overtime.
That bitch is working over, just trying his best to churn out Jello
Bro.
through those veins, bro. Like, so he,
Yo,
what he
man.
does is he has a 2-liter glass boot, right? A 2-liter glass boot. It's like a cup. It's shaped like a boot, and he'll fill it up
Yeah.
with all kinds of crazy things and chug it all down, literally in one sitting. He won't put the glass down. He'll chug the whole fucking thing right there. He's done it with things like Tostito salsa. He's done it with like he's done it with like every flavor of Mountain Dew. He's done it
Yeah.
with gravy. Bro, he chugged down.
Okay, I could do that with gravy.
Could you imagine how much salt is
Oh,
in
that's
that
a
much
lot.
gravy?
It's rarely anything healthy. Like
No, it has to be
like
unhealthy.
90%.
It's never water.
95% of the time, it's always unhealthy shit.
But just
it's
put 2
insane.
gallons of water in there, please.
Please, sir, you need to drink some
You
water.
need it.
And he'll be sweating after, bro. He'll go into it completely dry, completely composed, and he'll come back out of it. He'll like he always goes like. Like he'll do it like that. He always does that, and he'll be straight up sweaty.
Fucking
Yo,
hyper
bro.
hyperventilation, bro. Going into
The
fucking.
guy's not okay.
That guy needs help.
And like if you look,
He needs
like,
love.
There's other people like oh my god, I can't remember the fuck their name is, but like people that do those like food challenges where they eat like
Yeah.
like
Oh, fuck ton of food.
Yeah, like the giant Chipotle burrito and shit like that.
Yeah.
Where was I going with this? I can't remember.
You're talking about Badlands.
They do it more spaced out. Like they'll put something up like once a month. One of those
Well, he-
crazy.
I think he does it like
challenges.
every week,
He
huh?
does it like
Consistent.
twice a week, bro.
He's very consistent.
It's way too often.
I
Like,
know he's running out of ideas.
I guess so.
I'm worried.
Is he
for
running
this
back
guy.
some same shit?
Well, the gravy one.
Remember
was the most
last
recent,
month?
I
I
think.
did the salsa. This month I'm gonna do it again.
I'll do it again with ranch.
Now it's salsa verde.
Now it's also-
Bro, could you imagine chugging down Tostito?
Bro,
salsa? 2 liters
Tostito
of
salsa.
Tostitos
That's
That salsa
man.
is terrible.
That shit's chunky.
Oh my god.
It's not a liquid, bro. It's
a fat ass tomato slice slides down your throat.
Oh, man.
That's
Ew.
terrible.
Oh, man.
That's tomato slice.
And he's getting paid for that.
Oh,
And he's getting paid for that. And you know what the craziest part is? He's not even getting paid that much because he has like 500,000 subscribers. He doesn't even have that many. Makes me feel bad.
Is he doing like? Is he just doing? If he's just like drinking the shit, he's not doing like an advertisement. No.
Nah, he advertises.
Okay, thank God.
But not a ton, but he
if he's
does
getting YouTube
advertise.
money, hey yo, brother, you need to start. You need to get another job.
You need to get out.
Because man,
You're killing
you putting your
yourself.
body through all that shit.
Yeah, I think
Fuck
he
that.
advertises just a little bit, but it'll be like the last like 45 seconds is him doing
I
what he
always
needs
feel
to do.
bad for
Everything
those
else before
guys.
that.
You
is
see,
just
man,
him
but
talking.
no. That's the beautiful thing about the internet, man.
You could do that.
This,
Make
you
some
could
money.
do that before the internet. What could this guy have done? Chug in his free time?
Yeah, just for fun. He'd do it at
Be a
for
fucking
fun at
circus
home.
act.
He'd probably just invite his friends over and just fucking chug shit in front of their face for no reason.
They're like,
my
Daryl,
God.
stop. You don't need to do
Right?
this
He
anymore.
just has like bunches of several liquids in the pantry, just like waiting to chug it.
he has a tape with the day on it. This is
Just
for
like
Tuesday.
12 jars of everything lined up. Just does it different days.
He's just
Beauty of the
fermenting
internet,
shit.
Man,
Oh my god.
Some people do some crazy things for.
It's
for
all
fucking
about
views,
clout,
dude.
man.
Y'all know that Supreme Patty guy. Remember that guy? I don't know what
I don't
happened
think
to
I
him,
do.
but
Oh, is that white dude?
it's that white dude. He was on Instagram.
He had the
and-
Supreme. He
I
always
think
had the same
Vine.
Supreme thing on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was like a white dude, had a bit of acne that might like ring a bell.
Yeah.
So like what he would do is like put lemons in his eyes. He would like
Jesus.
what other kind of crazy shit would he do? I don't know. He'd put like fucking mouse traps on his nut, like crazy stuff, weird stuff.
Oh my god.
Have you guys heard of I forgot what it was called. It's called the Pain Olympics or some shit.
Oh,
I've heard of it.
That's crazy. So that was like back in the day when I was growing up, like in between 2010 and 2020. I forgot exactly when these videos came out, but there were a series of videos of people doing extremely excruciating, like painful things to themselves that was posted on the internet and like the dark web and shit like that. So one of the videos was a girl sticking I think like a beehive in her pussy or something like that,
fucking beehive.
or like a little hornet's nest. I forgot exactly what it was.
I'm about to say a whole
think it was
beehive in her
beehive, yeah.
pussy. That's
This
kinda,
other dude stuck a glass jar in his asshole, and then like, as he was like sticking it in, the glass jar broke.
Wait, that's
Yeah.
part of the Pain Olympics. That video?
Yeah.
I've never seen that, but it breaks and he's picking it out and shit.
Yeah,
Oh my! And I heard he doesn't make a sound while he's doing it.
it was horrible.
He just makes like one when it breaks, and then he just like okay,
know that-
well, it looks like I've got to pull glass.
You know
out
what
my
that means? That
asshole.
wasn't the first time.
How do you not die from something like that?
From like the glass breaking.
Yeah,
your
you're
asshole?
internally bleeding like a mother. I would imagine there's tons of blood vessels.
I
in
know
your ass.
shit hurts. Like shitting hurts after that.
I feel like you leak quickly, like you die quickly from blood loss out of your ass.
I have no idea.
That's
I
a
don't.
tender area.
It is a super tender
Very
area.
tender area. It's a G spot.
Is that real?
It is a G-spot.
I heard stories where like the Pain Olympics wasn't real. Like certain, like there was one where a guy literally cut his dick off with an axe.
All right.
I'm not sure if that one was real.
And
I
I heard
never,
the
I never
Beehive one
seen
wasn't
all.
real
I never
either.
seen all of them.
See
But
that shit.
I
I'm
just
just
saw a
like,
few
bro,
videos.
you gotta. I don't know what y'all on.
I don't know what.
Y'all
yeah.
gotta stop.
And back in the day, they didn't have like special effects like they do now.
Yeah, no,
You know what I
It was
mean?
probably real.
Yeah, it's probably real. Like,
Yeah, it's probably real.
At what cost, bro? Cut your dick off at what cost? What do you do after that? You put it in ice. You head to the hospital.
That's fucking horrifying.
It's just-
You can do that.
I think they can reattach it.
One of the
but-
guys from Wu-Tang had that.
His
We
dick
cut
got
his dick
cut off?
off, but I think I don't
cut
think he
it
got it
off?
Well,
replaced.
hold on.
Yeah, he cut it off.
He. Oh wait, is it?
What?
He got super high. No, it's
Bushwick
not,
Bill?
No, it's not. No, he wasn't in Wu-Tang.
Bushwick Bill was in.
He wasn't in
Ghetto
Wu-Tang.
Boys. He was in
That's what I
Ghetto
was gonna
Boys.
He
was in
did the
Ghetto Boys.
same.
But he didn't.
No, he shot himself.
He shot himself.
Bush,
Yeah.
yeah. Bushwick
It was.
Bill shot himself.
He wasn't even in Wu-Tang.
Hey,
Actually,
Bushwick Bill
Let me take
shot
it back.
himself.
Yeah,
I don't even remember that.
He wanted Bushwick Bill was like depressed. He was like a smaller dude. He had like some physical disabilities. And he was like off the drugs big time. I forgot which drugs. And he wanted, I think it was his wife or his girlfriend to shoot him. And he kept trying to give her the gun. And she wanted, don't laugh. And she wanted.
He's actually dead.
Well, now he's dead, but
Now
it wasn't
he's
because
dead.
of the gunshot.
Yeah,
And
unrelated.
she wanted,
Yeah, I
he
think he
wanted
died
her to
from
kill
something
him, and she didn't want to do it. And I think eventually, in some like drug crazed situation, he
He did it.
accidentally shot himself.
That's why that's on one of the cover of the Ghetto Boys albums. He's on the fucking.
Yeah, he's on the gurney.
He's
Yeah,
on the gurney, and they're wheeling his ass.
But the
to
guy,
hospital.
he wasn't in Wu-Tang. He was like associated,
Okay,
but he was a rapper.
the guy
And,
who cut his dick off.
Yeah, he cut his dick off. I think he was super fucking high. He cut his dick off and he jumped out of a building.
did
So-
he die?
No, he lived.
So do you think if you if you
Dickless.
live
Oh my
right and you live dickless, you know how like they say when people like get an arm fucking chopped off or a leg, they have like a phantom limb. We talked about
Phantom
phantom limb. Do you have phantom,
phantom dick?
Is there phantom dick syndrome? Like,
Do you feel aroused? Like,
I wonder if he got it.
Do you feel
replaced.
aroused? Do your fingers like get like tingly? Like what happens?
You become ET.
how do you get rid of what you need to get rid of?
Yeah, that's
How do
a
you get
very
rid
good
of, like,
question.
I mean, your piss, I would imagine, is a straw. Like they take like a for lack of a better term, because I don't know it, a shit sack.
Yeah.
A shit sack.
What the hell are they
we'll-
called?
We'll call it that. I don't remember what it's called.
The little bag.
The little bag where
Colostomy
you
bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where-
I like the word shit sack.
a little
the way
shit
they call it.
sack, a
Colostomy
little
bag.
handy dandy shit sack right there on your fanny pack.
Hold up, let me change my shit sack.
Let me change your shit sack out. Oh,
Change
fuck.
my shit sack,
But
Ronnie.
I would imagine like you pee through a straw or something like that. But how do you
Do a
come?
straw.
How do you, so,
Right,
dude,
like in your
I don't
like in your
think you-
groin area.
I don't
maybe.
think,
think you
you can.
can.
I don't think you can come. But that brings up something interesting more because it makes me think about like all right,
Before
so-
before we move on, that guy like changed his life and now he's like a preacher. So that answers your question.
Whoa.
Well, I'll tell you what. You damn.
So
you
he
should.
stopped nutting.
Dude, that's actually a fantastic segue because all right, so you know how like at least I think in the Catholic religion the priests aren't allowed to like have sex or whatever, and masturbation is also considered wrong. How are they supposed to fucking come? You know what I mean? Like
They don't.
It doesn't.
Silly.
All right, so what if there was a good? Let's assume this priest who's never like touched any kids or whatever. It just lives his life never coming. Like what happens? Doesn't
Bro,
it
let me
build
tell you
up?
this.
Like,
When-
don't you have urges? What do you do?
Don't
the
you
people I
biologically
know
have to?
they weren't Catholic, but they were like really Christian. And so they believed like masturbating and shit like that was not a good thing, a godly thing to do or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
So I knew somebody that like did not nut. Like they just did nut. They would just like go about their day. I don't know how the
Yeah.
fuck they did it.
They were like what? I'm
In-
assuming 20ish.
They were like, yeah, they're about their 20s, in their 20s, something like that. We were in college.
Yeah.
So we were up there and they were doing all that white people shit. So
Doing all that.
Not coming and shit.
I'm telling you,
Not coming and shit.
when you have a
Weird white
conversation,
people shit, bro.
if you have a conversation with somebody that doesn't nut, they look insane.
Yeah.
Like you look in their eyes, there's nothing.
That's a psychopath.
There's no
They're
soul.
dead eyes.
There's just dead fucking
Eyes
eyes.
full of cum, bro.
I'm up to my ears and
It's like looking at a
Leaking
fucking
out.
deer. It's like there's nothing there,
Fucking
Dude.
Jaws eyes,
bro.
Dead
They
like a
look
dog's
crazy.
eyes.
They must fucking
Like looking at Chucky.
They must fucking when they cry, it must be all cum, bro. Because
Must be all cum.
how are they not fucking full to the
Vomiting
gills
cum
with cum?
sometimes.
Bro,
and
it's
shit.
insane. I just want to be there for like their honeymoon when they just like explode for the first time.
That makes
Bro,
that,
that's not
that-
healthy.
That
That
whole
can't be.
concept is so crazy to me. Like you can't have sex until you get married. Like I understand an aspect of it, right? It's like beautiful. You're saving yourself for someone.
but it was
right?
written in a
like,
different time.
Exactly.
They were
It was
living
written
till
in a
like
different time,
22.
like-
You don't think they were
like-
still doing it over there?
like
anyways?
do you?
It was
really-
easier.
Bro, they were getting married at like 13.
Yeah.
Everybody was fucking back then, right? But
Everybody's
like
fucking.
I think all right. So my theory, at least on religion, right, is that these people. I assume the richer people in society back then, the richer, more influential people, the landowners, the aristocrats, all the people, right, got together with like groups of philosophers and like the smartest people in the country, and they were like, let's create something.
These dumb
So-
motherfuckers will
Give
follow.
them
Yeah,
Stop
let's create something all these
reproducing
dumb, poor motherfuckers will do so that they don't kill each other, that they don't fucking steal from each other, and that they can keep reproducing.
They
so we
follow
have,
order.
So we have they follow order and they can keep reproducing. So we have slaves and we have workers and we have like people who do all the shit that we don't want to do.
Yeah.
And they got together and they created a religion like that. That's at least what I think.
No, absolutely. That's
I believe
definitely
it.
what they did.
Like,
Yeah.
You know,
that's
like,
to put.
And that makes sense for the way they released it, because like for a long time it looked at as if you were like godly, you were rich or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you had the Bible, nigga, you was like a millionaire.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
Elon Musk.
They thought all their riches were coming once they died.
Exactly.
They were
So-
like, okay, well, as long as I do what I need to do,
So
and
once
God tells me to do.
once
I'm
Christianity
gonna
got
heaven.
to like poor people, they were like, oh shit, we should like get up on this.
This shit's
dope.
Yo,
This
you
shit's
said
wild.
heaven?
Bro, y'all niggas heard of Jesus?
Y'all heard of Jesus? I'm trying to get up there and hang out with
I'm
him.
trying to read me a Bible.
Nah,
So-
but that is.
so- Oh no, go ahead, Omar. I'm sorry.
Well, I was just gonna say it's fucking insane, dude.
Right?
It's fucking insane
Yeah.
that people
It's
would
crazy to
really,
think about.
and then it clouds their mind with all these other things they're probably worrying about. I
Yeah.
can't do this, and like God's gonna be upset about this.
Yeah.
They never really question like the status quo, and like people could just do whatever they want behind closed doors. Powerful people.
What's also weird, dude, if you think about like, all right, so religion really came about around like the year 400, or like
14
500, 600.
Oh,
like
the
that.
actual religion. I was
Yeah,
thinking
like-
about the
like
Bible.
Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Judaism was first, right? It came out
Okay.
like 400, 500, the year 400. Think about it. For years before that, like, and it might have been like the year 500, 600. But for years before it, the fucking Roman Empire, the Greeks, the Persians, the Mongols, everybody, they got along, not got along, but they
didn't really get
They
along.
lived life without religion. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm gonna say
Did
the
they
Greeks. The Greeks were chilling.
the Greeks specifically lived life.
Besides
and
like
a lot of them-
Plato.
Yeah.
Besides Plato, he was not Plato's. Socrates.
They had
yeah, he fucking got
they had
killed.
religions of sorts though. They had gods they prayed to,
Yeah, they did have gods,
and they would like do crazy things like.
But it wasn't like
It was more
wasn't a god. It was more of like an idea.
Yeah,
of like an
it was more
idea,
like a
yeah.
philosophical kind
Yeah,
of
it wasn't
thing.
like a written down like book.
Yeah, not like
type
every
thing.
week I gotta go pray to this person. It was just
Yeah.
like I know he's there, or I think he's there.
Yeah, so
I'm
it makes
gonna,
me think about
tend
like
to him.
what was the world like
Or her.
before religion, right? And like you guys know who Richard Dawkins is? He's a scientist who writes about like religion and the effects that it has on the world. And he basically was writing this book, and he was proposing the concept that if religion didn't exist, that the world might be a better place because there wouldn't be as much conflict between specifically nations like Palestine and Israel. Like there wouldn't be as much conflict because like in the Middle East, a lot of the conflict is driven by religion, and specifically in places like Pakistan, right? Pakistan has a lot of aggressive like Muslim sects, sex SECTS, not SEX.
Yeah.
Aggressive Muslim sects. That
It's a porn category.
Yeah, I seen that on Pornhub. I seen that.
yeah, aggressive Muslim sect. They have a lot of they have a lot of fucking terrorists over there, and they fight with like the other people who live over there, and then the people who live in Afghanistan and Iraq and shit like that, right? So like, what do you guys think the world will be like without religion?
Definitely a much more peaceful place. Probably
be
a much
different.
more like conniving place.
You
know
think
what I
you think
mean?
it'd be more conniving?
Man, yeah, that makes you think. What if people started turning more of like an evil route and
I
had
honestly
less of a fear that like, well, I'll never have repercussions unless someone catches me.
I think the people that are like willing to be, and I'm not saying if you follow religion like you're dumb, but like if you follow it like super aggressively, I think you're kind of weird.
Yeah, to that extreme.
So if you're willing to like follow that extreme, you'll be willing to follow something else that extreme. It just depends on what got to you first.
it's just poor people that are just super
And
down
it's-
on their luck, just waiting for an answer, bro.
It's also rich people. Rich people that were poor
Yeah.
and that became rich and then think it's because of God.
Oh yeah, that too.
So-
or rich people that maybe felt that they did bad things and they don't
I'm
want
trying
to
to
go
think
hell.
of like when it really took off.
Religion?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Religion's taken off ever since it launched, bro. Ever since like the year 500, 600. Like,
Yeah.
people started getting really into the whole Jesus thing. Europe became pretty much all Christian.
Yeah.
And then they started like
Then my
developing
man Martin Luther came in, said,
Yeah.
fuck you hoes.
developing smaller Christian sects.
Yeah.
SECTS, not SEX.
Smaller Christian sex.
The word, right? Doesn't the word blend
It's just
together?
Christian midgets.
It does.
Sex.
Yeah, that's a
Sex.
great question though, man. I don't know. You would think that we'd be more peaceful, but you never know with fucking humans, right? I mean,
Right.
without that like back wall, maybe more people who have nothing to lose would just do crazy fucking things all the time.
I always look at like when Europeans came to America as like the moment like humanity was like really fucked.
Yeah, that's
like-
when the real
Yeah,
conflict.
I mean that's not the
Yeah.
real. It's not the like the beginning, but it's like it's an easy example for me to like look at and be like, okay, why did they do this? Like,
Yeah.
what in your head said, hey yo, I'm gonna go over there and we're gonna have all that shit.
It's one of the more
It
relevant
was-
conflicts
it was
like
for
today. You know,
riches, bro.
Well, it was for riches, and then they
Yeah.
ended up they went to the wrong place.
It's
So
for
they
riches
really
and
wasn't
think about-
trying to come
He
here.
thought
like
he
freedom,
was
bro.
going to India. This man went to a whole,
He went to a whole
other
nother place.
hemisphere.
and he said, "No,
This
you guys
nigga
are
went
Indians."
across the world,
Right? He
You
saw
think
these
at the
fucking-
7th month you'd be like, hey yo, why are we not in India? We fucking missed.
and they
We're
call
not
them
Indians.
Indians, and to this day,
To this day,
people still call them
still call them
Indians.
Indians, bro.
Yeah.
It's the Indians on the other side of the world.
That shit is crazy.
so
to me.
Yo,
crazy.
Indians got fucked, bro.
And it
Native
only turned
Americans
around
got
like
fucked up, man.
Native
Poor
Americans
dudes.
and African Americans probably got the rawest deal out
Nah,
of
bro.
any people in the history.
We
of the
got it
world.
bad, but the natives, bro, they got
bad.
fucked.
To
Like,
this day, they still haven't bounced back.
the idea of the Trail of Tears is the wildest shit in the world
crazy,
to me.
man.
Get to walking.
And it was the president.
Get to
It was
walking.
the fucking president of the fucking country that was like, "Hey, yo, y'all need to leave. We gonna give y'all a little piece of the land.
But
That it was
Andrew
y'all's.
Jack, right?
Dude,
It was Andrew Jackson.
Andrew
Crazy
Jackson.
bitch,
It's
bro.
weird, man, because like back then, nobody probably batted an eye to that. You know what I
no,
mean?
that was he had a whole campaign with that on the back of it.
exactly.
Yeah, they were into it. No,
They were
yeah,
like,
take
"Hey, yo,
up
he
the
wants to get 'em out,"
resources, the
like, yeah.
land and
But if you
shit.
propose an idea like that nowadays, it'd be
Oh, you'd be
insane.
dead.
Like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
interesting how perspective, like the more we advance, I think the more we can be like, okay, like we don't do this shit. Like that's wrong. Like you don't do shit like that. Like I
Yeah.
think the more advanced you are in your society, like the more developed you are. Like if you have a more developed country rather than a developing country, you can see that like you don't do shit like that. That's not
Yeah.
right? But if you're in a developing country, like all these countries, like
India,
Yeah.
like, a bunch of.
But that's
or
the
maybe
wild-
not India so much, but like the smaller countries in like Africa or in South America,
Yeah.
like they don't really give a fuck as much. Like
No,
they
Yeah.
just
you're
do
gay
whatever.
or you believe in something.
But they
else.
still
Yeah.
had like a system, like a caste system or like a hierarchy.
Yeah,
And so like that was the same shit that was going on here. Except the people here were like, "Hey, yo, this is our land now. Why are y'all still here? Like y'all
Yeah.
are fucking up our system. Like we're trying to make a system here that we can live in, and y'all are like fucking it
Like,
up."
but the Native
What if we
Americans,
would have just like mated with them, and we would have just had a bunch?
There's no
of,
way.
American Native American babies.
some people did.
And some people did, yeah.
Yeah.
But imagine if we like mass produced with them, and like it was a.
I don't
large
think any of them are
population.
like. I think the ones that like own the casinos is like, yeah, it's cool now or whatever. But
Yeah, we chill. Yeah.
yeah, we chilling. But
for
I
the
think
most part, like-
I think the real deal natives, they are not fucking with us.
Nah,
Also-
because they stick to like the traditional.
Exactly.
Like,
We brought a
practices.
bunch of bullshit to them, man. We brought first and
We brought
foremost we brought
disease.
disease. That's
Yeah.
the worst thing.
That's the worst. thing.
Second,
We took all their food. We took all their like their clothing.
Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
that kept them alive.
so
we
we
took all
brought
that
shit,
shit.
we took shit. We also brought bad shit. We got them hooked on alcohol and like other drugs that were not available to
How
them.
do you put herpes on a blanket?
Yeah, or not herpes,
I don't know, but they
smallpox
did it.
and
Small-
shit.
Oh, they put
Herpes.
smallpox. I was like,
that
this,
bitch.
ah.
I don't know.
Rub it on your dick. Hand it to the Native American.
Here you go, Chief.
Fucking small. Yeah, if anybody hasn't heard, I think there's stories around. I'm not exactly sure, but it's around that time that Jordan's referring to, Trail of Tears times in the 1800s,
Yeah,
where they small blankets with smallpox were passed out to,
Yeah,
Native
to the natives.
Americans.
To kill them.
Yeah.
to
to
kill them off, bro.
Man, how fucked
And they
up.
fucking
Biological
tore down.
warfare.
They tore down the buffalo population. Like
Yeah.
it was crazy.
Bro, the way I actually heard though the Native Americans kind of contributed to that, but
But they
because
were
their
doing it in a
population
way
wasn't so
where
big, it wasn't that bad.
yeah, they were doing it in a way that it was like
Sustainable.
sustainable.
What they would do, bro, is they would get these buffaloes all at the edge of a hill, at the edge of a cliff, and do something
to make 'em jump.
Yeah, to make them jump.
The Native
Basically, yeah, would
Americans?
put like Native Americans, and then I think Americans started adopting that
Yeah.
tactic too.
You-
But they would just kill mass buffalo. You know what I mean? Like a shit, because they travel in herds, and there's no refrigerators back then.
Yeah.
So most of that shit goes bad. So now you just got a shit ton of dead buffaloes at the edge of a cliff.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was reading that like Native Americans, at least not Americans, but like Native Americans, they use every part of the animal.
Yeah.
Because they see it as like a respect thing. Like if you're gonna take the animal's life,
You better use all of it.
You should use. They would use everything down to like the skin,
The rooter to the tutor.
the teeth, like the asshole, like everything would be used.
Yeah.
If it isn't eaten, it's used for something else.
Yeah.
So like at least that was a good aspect of. I think personally like that's a good aspect of like why you'd want to eat animals or why
Yeah.
someone want to hunt and eat animals, right?
Yeah, for sure. It's like a sake. I mean, at the end of the day, man, we're animals. They're animals.
True.
It's all right to kill them.
And
it is
I-
all right to kill them. It's just fucked up the way we do it in the food
The
industry.
And they were
the-
more,
You just
um,
made the vegans sick right now when you
It
said
is,
that.
man.
But no, I think a lot of vegans' issue isn't that we do that. It's that we
the way we do it.
the way we do it.
Factory
like we,
farming.
Yeah, factory farming.
That
Like we
shit's
get them
horrible.
pregnant to like just fucking kill them and take their kid and
Yeah.
kill them too, and then all that shit.
Before they even reach maturity, just kill
But the
them.
natives, they weren't like fucking injecting semen in buffaloes. They
Yeah.
were just like, hey yo, when the next one is born, get that one.
And it was sustainable. They like actively looked out to make sure
Yeah.
that like their populations are fine. Like we're not just killing
They
them.
fucked
off
with the
and
leader of the buffalo, and then they got cool. And then the leader of the buffalo was like, "Hey, yo, you can eat some of the homies."
The
and then that's
supreme,
it.
the supreme
That's all right,
leader
but
of the
you
the
just-
buffalo.
supreme leader.
Let
I
us
am the
graze
supreme
right
leader
here.
of the buffalo. I speak for all the buffalo.
shit. King Buffalo. I have a meeting with King Buffalo later. Fucking a senate. They have a summit with the King
Senate of
Buffalo. and his like right hand man and like all of his
Oh my
highest council
God.
members. Yeah, man. What a crazy time it was probably living back
I always
then,
think
man.
that's the beef that vegans have. It's like they just don't like the idea of how shit is going.
Some of them don't like animals being killed like at all, which I think is
Those
silly.
people are wild.
Yeah, you're wild. Come on, son.
But the way that
too many.
the way
There's
that
a lot of
people
them.
are going about killing animals is sick. So
But
I
to
agree with
breed
that
them
part.
and kill them like that, and like and not even have them in good conditions. Give them all these shit steroids. So
Yeah.
that they're fat, but they probably feel like shit. That's dude. They have
That's
like
fucked.
infections. They have like cysts all over their fucking. It's dirty.
I think like 50 years from now, we're gonna look back on this shit and say, "What the fuck are we doing? Like, why are we going about it like this? Like, there's a better way to do it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like, there's a better way to feed this many people, and like meat doesn't need to be something you eat every single day.
For real.
I say that
You know
shit
what I
all
mean?
the time, bro. It's true. And I say this all the time too, bro. You could make meat does not taste that good. You know that meat. Dude, it's meat is good.
Oh, you're talking about like
But
meat
a
by
dollar,
itself?
yeah, $1 sandwich from a Hot and Spicy. That's not good, man. It tastes good because they make it taste good.
Oh, okay, that's
You know
what
what
you're
I mean?
saying.
It
I
tastes
got
good
you.
to me, too.
That's what I was
Trust me,
gonna
I
ask
eat
you. I was
them.
like,
Yeah,
are you
yeah.
talking about like fresh off the chicken? No,
No, I eat them.
But they season it good. That's
But
what
if
you're saying.
if they didn't have any of that and it was just that disgusting
it'd be
abnormally large
ass.
chicken, bro, it'd be disgusting.
Be
You know what I mean? If they did the same thing with vegetables, which are obvious, they feel no pain. The vegetables,
they have no soul.
they're as sustainable as can be. You know what I
Vegetables
mean?
feel pain too.
I stand with you, vegetables.
I stand with the vegetables.
Vegetable lives matter.
Vegetable lives matter.
But like we could do it with that, and we could make that taste good, but we don't. And just fucking make it process, whatever. It's gonna be unhealthy, make it unhealthy. Who cares? But if it tastes good, people are gonna eat it. But
Yeah.
they just don't because no one's putting anything into it. No one's even trying to do that kind of thing.
Are we talking? Is this our section to have beef with the vegans? Because I would like to submit some issues.
Please,
Oh, you got some
please,
beef?
please submit
Yo,
your
I
issue.
fucking hate y'all's food. Y'all's food is terrible. Vegan food is so fucking bad,
Fuck
bro.
legumes.
Fuck lagoon.
Fuck legumes.
Bro, vegan food is bad, bro. And I hate when a vegan is like, yo, I can put you on some shit. I'm like, no. I need this shit to be everywhere. I need it to be nationwide good vegan food.
Yeah, yeah.
And
that's
it's
what you
always
need.
bad.
Some cheap like burritos that taste good in some way.
Vegan desserts are good. I'll give them that.
I think the vegan food that's the worst to me is the ones that try to mimic
Chicken.
like chicken and meat.
beef and shit like
Just
that.
like some of the burgers taste, great. The problem with vegan food is like it all starts to taste the same.
Bro,
It's like if you don't put lemons in the same
I
type of
bit into a
cilantro and
fucking
sauces.
burger and I tasted a mushroom.
Well,
And
you're-
I almost shot the fucking place up, bro. I was so
Crashed my car into this
fucking
establishment.
mad, bro.
Nah, bro, mushrooms are good. I don't care.
Fuck
what
the
anyone
mushrooms.
says.
I hate mushrooms. I kick them
medium.
bitches.
I'm medium.
gotta-
on mushrooms.
Every time I see a mushroom, I kick that hoe.
Get on my knees and punch.
God
it to the
damn
ground.
it.
Man, mushrooms are good. The consistency is just a little gross.
It's
They're
terrible.
fucking weird, man.
It's
you don't like
terrible.
mushrooms either?
I'm medium on them.
Mushrooms have a great taste, man.
I
don't
can't
know,
stand
man.
it.
I'm
I
not
had
talking
a
about
porta-
I'm talking about a
know.
seasoned. You never had like a nice, just grilled mushroom
No.
with some steak or with something else. Like
I don't
some-
eat- I don't
and
eat
some
mushrooms
I
with
mean,
my
pasta.
steak.
they're decent, but I'd prefer like a potato, man.
That's what I'm saying.
A
I had
mushroom
a
Swiss burger.
bro.
You
I
wanna
had
eat
a.
mushroom
I had
Swiss
a.
burger?
Hell no, them mushrooms be slimy
Throw the
and
burger,
shit.
throw the
Yeah,
burger
they
away,
be
bro.
Slipping and sliding around.
I had a stuffed portobello mushroom the other day, and I was so disappointed.
I mean, it's not amazing, but it's not bad.
It was not good to me.
I had one
and
of
it's
those
also
from-
because in the back of my head, I'm like, I could be having like a baked potato right now. And it'll be
I mean,
way
yeah.
better.
Yeah, yeah. But that's just maybe it's just because we're conditioned to think that.
That's what I
better.
think it is at the
Maybe
end of the
like if
day.
we ate that our whole lives, we'd think meat was like the most disgusting, gamey thing we've ever
yeah.
tasted.
Speaking of mushrooms, Omar, do you remember? So Omar and I actually used to work together at this one place. It was like a retail place, and
We did shrooms together.
we did
No, we
we did shrooms together. Nah, but this is about mushrooms. So this is weird, but I don't know why I just remember this. Well, obviously we were talking about fucking mushrooms. This lady comes in. She's like an older lady. She's like in her 30s or 40s, and she's wearing like these short shorts and like a little like tank top, whatever. And she looks like a little workout person. Like she works out and shit like that. And like she's talking to us, having a conversation, and then we're just talking about food and what we like to eat and shit like that. And then she tells us, I don't know if you remember this, Omar, but she tells us that mushrooms are like cancerous.
She went on like a crazy rant, right?
Yeah,
it was her.
Yeah, she said she like works in a lab and she's like a
Yeah.
biologist, and she said that mushrooms are cancerous if you eat them over the long term and shit like that. And I was like, how?
But that's if you eat them
True.
over the long
I was like, how
term.
true
Probably
is
not even
that?
true.
Yeah, I was like, how? What? I was like, mushrooms are cancerous. I
No,
don't
whenever
know
they say
about
shit
that.
like that, you got to be like, how many mushrooms do I have to eat? How
bit-
long am I eating
we don't wanna
mushrooms?
get
What
too
isn't
into it.
cancerous?
That's
What-
true.
That's
what
very
isn't
true.
cancerous? I mean, come
natural
on.
things, which I'd imagine a mushroom is. Mushrooms don't look like they're very unnatural. I don't think
Yeah.
they.
They're pretty natural, but they still have some little.
Yeah,
things
they
on it.
they got it. They got their little.
They got a little bit of
sprinkling of
little bit of
cancer.
salt,
Growth.
sprinkling of cancer.
Sprinkling of cancer.
a little cancer for him.
I hate when people say shit like that. Like it's always bad in the long term. Like, bro, we fucking know.
She was saying some outrageous, and I wish I could remember, Avi. Do you remember? She was saying some outrageous things, bro, and like talking about other foods and like how we need to eat more of this, and like it was like something that I was like, "What are you talking about?" Like something that sounds
Why are you
unhealthy.
in here talking to me?
She was
Yeah.
telling us all kinds of crazy.
She was
like,
ranting to us.
dietitian facts
She was
that
ranting
weren't
to us
true.
like we make the food that we because it was like a food place. She was ranting
Yeah.
us like we make the food.
Yeah.
Like we were just retail employees, so we just stock the food.
Wait, she had issues with the food that she was buying?
Kind of,
yeah, she would
She
like
was-
point
she-
out. She'd point out things like, "Oh, like I can't eat this. Like this isn't healthy. Like,
don't
this
care.
gives you
She was
cancer."
having problems choosing. What
Buy
to eat.
your fucking food.
And she was a nice
go
lady,
home.
so we didn't really, we
Yeah.
didn't really get rude
Man.
with her. We heard her out, but we didn't.
yeah.
We didn't try to entice her into more conversation. She just kind of.
Yeah, I would be like, yo, all right.
all right,
cool.
if you say so.
Yeah.
If you say so, lady.
If you say so, lady. All right, you have a nice Wednesday.
Dude, I had a security guard one time come into that same job at night, and he was, and this is something Rogan promotes, like the carnivore diet.
Yeah.
And he was saying that the carnivore diet helps cure like cancer, and it helps
I
cure
don't
like
know, dude.
these like diseases they were born with, and like these conditions they were born with, like fucking. What was one that was nuts, man? I want to say it was like diabetes or like epilepsy, something that I was like, what? The
Like, there's
fuck?
no connection.
There's no
Bro,
connection.
at
There's
the
no
end of the day,
connection at
it
all.
probably helped somebody, but it doesn't mean it works for everybody.
Yeah, and maybe it
Yeah.
was just a coincidence.
Exactly.
That
They
it-
just
were
happened to
gonna
be
get
eating
better
meat a lot.
anyways. And then they were like, well, it's because of the meat for sure.
Man, bro.
And he was showing me all these like fucking propaganda videos about like
fucking hate
he was a
that shit.
super nice guy too, so I heard him out, but I was like, oh bro, I'm not I put it in my watch later, and I'm not watching this later.
I'm not watching this
I'm
later.
not watching
This,
this later.
this is not going to be watched later or at any other time in the future.
That's why some people shouldn't have the. Some people shouldn't have the internet,
Responsible.
bro. Like they're too gullible.
People are very gullible, man.
Like they fall for a lot of shit,
It's a shame that some people are in situations
and they're
like
always
that where
nice. The gullible people are always so nice.
Yeah.
and then they just fall for like the dumbest shit.
Nothing's worse than a mean, gullible person that
Oh,
wants
that's
to like,
terrible.
get you on their side
Oh
in like
my God.
an offensive way and like a demanding way.
I got one that's trying to get me in a fucking what's that shit?
What?
The stock shit.
Forex.
Forex right now, bro.
Forex?
It's bad. He's beating
beating my
my
ass, bro.
messages up right now.
It's the reason that people want to get other people into Forex is because they want to make money off the people they get in.
And then they make it seem like you're gonna make more money than them.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
think
like
that
no.
They make
think-
you pay for like the classes and all
Yeah.
that shit.
It's something like that.
the people who really understand Forex don't want other people to get
Exactly.
into it.
They
I'll
wanna
tell
be
you that.
alone.
Yeah.
Exactly. They just make a lot of money and they don't talk to anybody.
I know one guy that has he has a YouTube channel about it, and he's just like, yeah, I'm on Forex again. All right, bye. And then that's it. That's all he ever talks about Forex.
I bet
He'll
he,
talk about
I
other
bet
shit.
he
Nonstop
probably makes a
Forex.
lot of
He's
money.
making stupid money, but he doesn't look like it. He just looks like a normal ass dude.
I mean, at the end of the day, it probably is a good way to make money if you know what you're doing. But
Yeah, it's just stocks.
But it's not something you should just go
Well,
be
not-
like.
it's not really
I'm gonna go get
stocks,
rich
it's-
super quick.
It's investing in
It's a trading of
day trading.
currencies.
foreign exchange.
It's a trading of currencies, right?
Yeah.
So you're like exchanging currencies, making money off of the different exchange rates when they're varying. So it's the
Yeah.
market's going on all the fucking time.
Yeah.
It never
Yeah.
stops.
Tons
So
of
you-
research goes into it. You need
Yeah.
to look at like the other country's market. You need to look at what's going on with them. Basically, it's different currencies in different countries.
Yeah.
are different values. So like,
Yeah.
the American dollar is worth more than like currency in some other country.
That shit worth
so
25
they
cents right
they
now.
check out the levels and trade them at the right times to make money off of that,
Exactly.
which can be very dicey.
How much do y'all think the dollar's gonna be worth in like 10 years?
The dollar?
Yeah,
I think it's going to hold its value.
I think that bitch gonna be like a dime.
We need gold, man. We need Bitcoin.
We need Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Speaking of Bitcoin, that bitch above
It's
40K
booming?
now, bro. It's booming. It is absolutely booming.
I feel like I have Bitcoin, but I just lost it.
Dude, I
Apparently Elon
lost
Musk
some
invested.
Bitcoin. I don't even know where it went though.
That
How
shit's
much? How much
disappointing.
worth?
It wasn't a
If you don't
lot.
mind me asking.
It was a small percentage, but it still would have been like because I bought it at, it was like 15,000 when I bought it.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
It's
buy
at
the
40 now.
Yeah, I didn't buy the whole
40
Bitcoin.
now.
It's at 40
that's
now.
Almost triple, man.
So my small percentage are probably getting me like a couple $100, but
Damn,
Still.
but that'd be nice though.
I had like $400 in it, and I bought that when it was like 10K.
Yeah,
so
I
I
had
would have
like-
had fucking. I would have had some.
You would have had
I
16.
would have had a nice little chunk of change from nothing. And you know what sucks? I sold it right before that, maybe like 3 weeks before it started booming, because I thought, well,
Yeah.
this is it. This is the end of the year. Like this was a cycle 3 years ago.
Bitcoin is
It tanked
interesting, man.
That
it,
shit.
it opens up a lot of possibilities because
Not
like,
regulated, baby.
Yeah, that's why that and like other countries can use it, right? So say if a country doesn't want to use like a lot of other countries' currencies are dicey, right? You can't trust them, and they get like devalued and shit like that. Like there was a country I forgot in Africa, but they were issuing like $1 trillion bills. Like once you get to that point, your money's not worth shit, right?
To go buy a carton of water. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. So Like what places have started doing, they've started adopting the U.S. dollar, which can also be difficult because like even getting U.S. money in is a process, right?
Yeah.
That's like your last like, oh shit, like the economy's about to fail. We need to adopt the U.S. dollar or we're gonna die. Because then you become like pretty much dependent on the U.S. for like the value of your goods.
Yeah.
So what places might start doing is using Bitcoin instead.
I mean, it's a smart way because it's basically like ground zero. It's gold. It's
Yeah.
gold is really what it is. Its value is its value. We're driving its value.
So what would
Internet's
happen if it became like the universal, like regulation of like, not
They'd probably
regulation,
start to
I don't know.
but the form of money? I don't think
I
it
don't
could
think,
happen.
I don't think it would because of the fact that there's a finite amount of Bitcoin. There's not a finite amount of money. You know what I mean? You can always print more money.
Yeah, I don't know how Bitcoin
it causes
works.
inflation if you print more money, right? But I mean, everything's fake.
Somebody told me you got to
anyways.
mine for it, and I was like,
well, I
yo,
mean,
I
what
don't
mining
know.
is like putting it into the economy, like actually putting it into the economy, like literally putting it into the economy. Because if I just make Bitcoin, what value does that have? But if I make Bitcoin
okay.
and it's through a business and there's a reason for it and it's somehow putting
Oh,
money,
so
like,
it's just
there's
money
value
laundering.
in it. You know what I mean?
It's just
Wait,
money
no,
laundering.
No, like mining Bitcoin is literally like, all right. So whenever you are trading Bitcoin, Bitcoin is ran through this thing called blockchain. It's almost like accounting books, right?
Yeah.
Like saying like this person has this person needs this, so this process needs to be done so that this person has this on their books,
Okay.
right? So in order for Bitcoin to be like transferred over and shit like that, mining needs to be done so that Bitcoin can be like parceled up and that people can have it and like when they need it. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Okay.
So Bitcoin's value is driven by others buying and selling Bitcoin?
Yeah.
It's not by anything else, not by purchases, not by any of that?
Pretty much.
I didn't know that. I thought the reason why it was so valuable was because
Holy shit.
it held its value and it was kind of being pumped straight into the economy, like let's say like the purchase of a car or something
Yeah,
like
there's
that.
only a finite amount of Bitcoin.
Oh.
I don't remember exactly how many there are, but it's honestly it's not a lot.
Wait, so is this a fucking facade, bro? Is this all fake? We're just buying
Well,
and selling the
well,
same
no.
material to each other and it
that's-
means nothing?
that's the tricky
I'm
part.
gonna say once
about
it hit a certain point, yeah, it'll probably be a
Because-
I guess
facade.
that's how you can look at gold in
how
a way.
fractional can you get? Like a 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of 1% of Bitcoin. Like, do I want to buy that from you? But maybe it'll get to that point where if you want to buy a coffee, you can just get like
When was
0.007% of
Maybe
When
they'll
did,
switch it with like 1/100th.
when
of
was
one
the
or
crash for
something.
Bitcoin?
So there was a crash.
big-
of
the big-
Bitcoin in
2017, end of 2017.
2018.
Okay.
End of 2017. It was like in December
something,
2017.
something like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's bullshit," whatever. So the CEO of Chase Bank, Jamie Dimon, actually fucking disavowed Bitcoin at one point.
Fuck him.
He's like Bitcoin's shit. And it's funny is he started investing in a shitload of Bitcoin, and the man's made a shitload of money off
What
of
a
it.
piece of shit, bro. Fuck
Fucking
the niggas that own the banks. I hate
Elon
them.
Musk, bro. He's the richest guy in the world now.
Yeah.
Richest person in the entire world.
I don't know how that works.
Because of Bitcoin. And also because Tesla. But because I heard he invested a ton in Bitcoin and it just boomed like crazy. So.
I mean, all the companies Elon Musk has invested in has just been like
Yeah,
going crazy in value. So the combined value of Tesla is more than GM, Ford, Toyota, pretty much every auto
the
company you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Combine their market value and then compare it to the market value of Tesla. Tesla's like billions more, like hundreds of billions more. So and keep in mind, Tesla has nowhere near the production levels that these guys have,
Yeah.
or the sales. Right, so Tesla does have good sales and production, but it's nowhere near what they're doing. Like,
It's almost an idea at a point.
yeah, people are,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's
That's
dead ass an
exactly
idea.
people are
investing
investing
in their
that-
software and their technology and shit.
Exactly, the hope that
People
this
are
is
still
going to
waiting
be
on
the next
cars.
big thing.
It is definitely going to be the next
Yeah.
big thing. You know what else? I was talking to somebody about this. It's really interesting how he models the cars, like how they look so
Yeah.
futuristic and marshmallowy, and like they clearly stand out. They are
Yeah.
clearly something different. Like this
That's
looks
the point,
futuristic.
man.
Wait,
and
so-
it's interesting to think like, what if one day all the cars that are on the street look like that, or it's interesting to think about like when he actually releases a car that looks like what you would imagine a car looks like a fancy looking.
I think
type of thing.
I think
There-
most cars are gonna look the same.
There's
in
a
the future.
plan for like a
Talking looks-
luxury Tesla, but I don't think they've gotten it off the ground yet.
It's not
because
that truck,
they're-
is it?
No, they're,
Nah,
right
that
now
bitch
they're
ain't
just so
luxury.
focused on making the thing like everything affordable and like scaling it that they haven't really focused on like getting the luxury shit out there yet.
Yeah.
like, that's not 100. That's not where their big focus is right now.
Yeah.
I don't mean
know
like
what I
luxury, like millions, but like imagine like $100,000, like a $150,000 Tesla. Something
That's
like
luxury,
that.
bro.
That's luxury.
Any-
I'm about to say
car that's
anything
over,
over
like-
like 70,
yeah,
60,000,
that's a luxury
that's
car.
luxury.
Because right now the most expensive is like what the Series X, and that's like 70ish.
I think the Roadster is the most expensive. That's like 100,000, but I don't even think it's considered like a luxury car. It's more of like a sports car.
Man,
Wait, so
Sports
Bitcoin
luxury,
took
sorta.
him over Bezos. made him
I
richer
don't know.
than
I don't think it was
Bezos.
Bitcoin. I think it was just the market value of his companies.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
the Bitcoin probably helped, but Tesla was going crazy.
That's
anyway.
so disrespectful.
Elon Musk has always made good investments, dude. Like,
You know how much
I read this book about him.
Amazon works
Bro.
to be number
Especially
one,
right
and,
now during the
and this
pandemic.
man took it off an idea.
Amazon
That
controls
is
a lot.
crazy.
Dude. I was reading an article about Amazon about how they do this thing where they get these. You guys ever heard of the company called? I think it's called like Allbirds or something like that.
I don't think so.
I think they make like shoes or something along those lines.
Okay.
This is a Wall Street Journal article, and there's these shoes they make at Allbirds. They're like these wool shoes, and there's their best selling thing. So Amazon has repeatedly like try and hit them up to like oh let's sell your stuff in here, like sell your stuff in here, and Allbirds is like nah, we're good, like we're gonna keep selling on our own. And then Amazon comes out with a shoe that's identical.
Yeah, that's
All
what
those
they always do.
So what I also read was that like what the reporter did for this article was he went to a bunch of different suppliers who had like niche products that they make themselves, like hand make, or like they have people make in a factory for them, but it's their design and it's their standards. And Amazon sees it and they see the sales on it. So what Amazon does, they analyze it and they get these people who are selling this through Amazon, right? So they get these people to reveal their suppliers. So say if you make belts, right? And you're a small belt supplier and you make the most badass belts in the Northwest, some shit like that, right? Amazon, like, this guy is selling a lot of belts.
And these people they're selling it through Amazon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay.
So then
Fucked,
Amazon will tell you that we can no longer sell your product unless you give us more information about your suppliers. We want to make sure the standards are ethical, whatever, right?
They fucking
So what they
steal
do is they figure out who your suppliers are and they get them to make something that's pretty much exactly the fucking same, but it's not 100%, but it's pretty much the
it's
same.
different enough.
And then nobody can do anything. They can't sue them because are you going to sue Amazon? Are you crazy?
Damn.
And you can't sue them over.
No way you can sue Amazon.
You can't say you own belts.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
they're pretty
like
much, and like with someone who's trying to sell their products like that, Amazon's a great place to do that. So it sucks that like
And they always
now I have to
undersell.
worry about
They
that.
sell them out of the market.
They
That's why
undersell.
Amazon has such a giant market share in everything. It's because they fucking price people out and they sell people out. And it's like a similar thing with Walmart. Walmart is not as powerful now, but Walmart, what they used to do was they would basically pressure these companies to lower the prices of these things, because whenever you buy something from a company directly, you get in a process called wholesale. So whenever you get something wholesale, you get it cheaper, right? So say if you buy 100 onions,
it's cheaper than one onion.
it's cheaper than getting one onion, right? So Walmart would get these trash cans from this company wholesale, right? So Walmart said, we need you to lower the price of these trash cans to like this amount. I think it was like $8 a can. And the company is like, the company said, we are losing money at that amount. Like, we can't afford to sell it. And Walmart was like, well, you can either just do that or not sell it at Walmart.
And then they stopped selling, and then
they made their
start
own
making
trash
their own.
cans.
They started selling them at Walmart because there's nothing they can do. So they just started selling them for the price that Walmart asked them to. And they were losing like $3 a trash can.
That's tough.
And eventually, like, if you're just selling, if you're losing money on the things you're selling, it just adds up, and then you just fucking go out of business.
Jesus Christ, bro!
That's
These
fucking
companies
tough.
are evil.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. Just fucking.
That being said,
steal the idea of
Amazon
choices.
please feel free to
Oh, Amazon,
give
please
us a little sponsor.
sponsor me, please. I use you
This
bitches for
episode's brought to you
everything.
by Amazon. Imagine.
Turns out the whole episode.
Damn, all from books, man. All from just fucking
All from some
virtually
books,
selling
bro.
A book company that became probably one of the biggest companies in the world.
It's amazing.
I think it's the biggest.
Yeah,
At least in America
by-
for sure.
I don't
Most
know
widely used,
I don't know
I'd
if it's the
say.
biggest by like market value, but I think it's the biggest like in terms of.
And I
just
think it's the most,
scope,
the scope,
scale.
the scale, and
Just,
the
does
impact.
so much.
When the Amazon moved, like they put a warehouse like in your city, it's some different shit going on.
People
Oh,
go
yeah.
crazy, bro.
Yeah,
People go crazy.
they're originally gonna have an Amazon city.
An Amazon city.
I swear to
They
God.
proposed that, didn't they?
Yeah, they
like, had
proposed
plans for it.
Yeah, I forgot where it was. It was either in like Texas or California. I know there's a Facebook city.
have a whole city designated towards Amazon.
Yeah, and like all the money you spend is like Amazon money or some shit like that.
Amazon bucks.
Yeah.
Just got Jeff Bezos
Amazon
face.
That's
bucks.
like back in the day when there was like people like coal mining and shit like that, and like drilling for like oil way back in the day.
Yeah, and they had
Like,
cities.
like they would just build the whole city for these people to live in. The people,
Mm-hmm.
the people who were going to come in and do like the actual work, and they would like pay them, and like they would build like these stores, like general stores, grocery stores, all the shit around them.
Yeah.
So they'd spend the money in the stores,
Yeah.
giving it back to the company that they work for.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're basically fucking.
And
you're
they're
a
just making-
slave.
you're
You're
just
working,
in a
making
way.
stupid
you're working
money.
for how much they paid for that all that stuff.
Exactly.
Which is nothing.
Ooh,
Isn't that
baby.
how Las Vegas came to be, or was that the Hoover Dam?
I don't know. I don't know
about.
about the story of Vegas.
I want
I'm
to say it was
not
like
100%
they
sure.
built the city for the Hoover Dam when they were creating the Hoover Dam.
That's
and it ended
what
up
I think.
becoming Vegas.
Yeah, that's
eventually.
right. Man, that's
Yeah, I'm gonna say this is a good place to wrap up.
That's
'Cause
a
my
good place to
camera
wrap
is
up,
show
man.
finna die.
That bitch blinking.
That bitch
Please.
is blinking.
Jordan, turn me up.
thanks,
All right.
guys. Everybody have a good night.
Good morning.
Good morning.
afternoon.
Good night. Good morning. Follow us on.
Oh, fuck out of here.
No,
Fuck
we have
no.
to, bro. We have to. At least for the first one.
Gio doesn't want us to promote ourselves.
Yeah.
But
This guy wants to see us fail.
I want to stay underground.
you know, I'm gonna say this. Follow us if you want to follow us at Multicultural Misfits, and if you don't want to follow us, then go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
All right.
On Instagram.
Bye, everybody.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye.